आज देश की प्रगति को लेके बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण दिन है। आज सारा देश बहुत ही गर्व से नेशनल स्पेस डे सेलिब्रेट कर रहा है और आप सुन रहे हैं आकाशवाणी हैदराबाद FM रेनबो 101.9। नेशनल स्पेस डे के अवसर पर आकाशवाणी ने बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स लाए हैं, आपके पास रूबरू किया है हमें बहुत सारे ऐसे महत्वपूर्ण लोगों के साथ जो बहुत ही कंट्रीब्यूट किए हैं फॉर द स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी एंड डेवलपमेंट। और आज ऐसे ही एक व्यक्ति हमारे साथ है, हमारे स्टूडियो में विराजमान है और उनके साथ हम ढेर सारी बातें करने के लिए बहुत ही उत्सुक है, बहुत ही तैयार है। और आज 63 इयर्स हो चुके हैं इंडिया का इंस्पायरिंग जर्नी, उसके बारे में हमें बताने के लिए हमारे साथ है आज निखिल मद्दूरी जी, जो एक गाइडेंस नेविगेशन एंड कंट्रोल इंजीनियर हैं। उन्होंने IIT खड़गपुर से एरोनॉटिकल स्पेस इंजीनियरिंग की पढ़ाई की है और उन्होंने मास्टर्स किया है जर्मनी और स्वीडन में। बहुत ही इंस्पायरिंग जर्नी रहा है इनका और इन्होंने मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस के लिए भी साइंटिस्ट के तौर पे काम किया है। एंड टुडे वी प्राउडली वेलकम निखिल मद्दूरी जी इनटू आवर स्टूडियोज। गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Good morning. Thank you, Jayashree, for inviting me to All India Radio.
Well, let me just tell you that I want to wish you first as a happy National Space Day.
Thanks a lot. This is a very special day, and especially because India had achieved the landing on the south pole of the moon, and this is the first country to do so. So I'm really happy to be talking on this topic today.
Absolutely happy to invite you to our studios today and really excited about knowing the journey more and how did just throw us more light on your experience with the entire aspect. You have 15 years of experience of studying aeronautical engineering, so tell us more about it.
Yeah, so right from the childhood I was quite keen on the space, the rockets and the aircraft, like all the other children. But I also made sure I make a career out of that topic. So I'm glad I've been in this field for quite some time, and this is the time when the best things are happening in space around the world and also in India. So yeah, so this is a very important time.
So we're booming and technology and development, we're soaring high in the space, and also you have chosen your passion and curiosity to be your career, right? So and like it is very inspiring. Any story behind this, any incident that you want to share?
Yeah, when I was in 6th standard I had emailed to a librarian at ISRO. So
wow.
To just send me all the information to get to know how to become a space engineer at ISRO.
Okay.
So, and then I wrote it on an open postcard. In those days we used to have the small cards. So I just was careful so that as a child when I write that letter he doesn't put it aside. So I just made sure that, sir, I'm really serious about this and you have to answer me. Then he was kind enough to reply back with snail mail with a lot of posters of GSLV and PSLV and also giving me some pointers to how to shape my career in the future.
Wonderful.
So yeah.
అంటే క్యూరియాసిటీగా ఒక చిన్న లెటర్ రాస్తే మీకు ఇమీడియట్గా రెస్పాన్స్ కూడా వచ్చింది. అది మీకు ఇన్స్పిరేషన్గా అయ్యి మీ ప్రొఫెషన్గానే ఎన్నుకునేలా మీరు యూ డిడ్ దాట్. సో రియలీ ఇన్స్పైరింగ్. సో మనకి ఆర్యభట్ట టు గగన్యాన్, ఏన్షియంట్ విజ్డమ్ టు ఇన్ఫినిట్ పాసిబిలిటీస్, ఈ ఇయర్ థీమ్ గురించి చెప్పండి.
So right from the ancient times ఇండియాలో చాలామంది శాస్త్రవేత్తలు ఈ స్పేస్ గురించి ఆలోచించడం, దాని గురించి చాలా రకాల శాస్త్రాలు తయారు చేయడం జరిగింది. ఆర్యభట్ట 5th centuryలోనే ఎర్త్ రొటేట్స్ అబౌట్ ఇట్స్ ఓన్ యాక్సిస్ అనేది మనకు చెప్పారు. తర్వాత భాస్కరాచార్య 12th centuryలో ప్లానెట్స్ మోషన్స్ని చాలా యాక్యురేట్గా క్యాల్కులేట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. సో ఈవెన్ మన క్యాలెండర్, traditional Indian calendar, even today we use to schedule our festivals and also the agriculture and ఇంకా చాలా శాస్త్రాలకు కూడా ఉపయోగిస్తాం వాటిని. సో తర్వాత
సో ఇవన్నీ ఒక కనెక్షన్ లైక్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ సైన్స్ ఆల్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్ కనెక్టెడ్ టు ఆ టెక్నాలజీ ఈ రోజు కూడా. అండ్ బ్యాక్ ఇన్ దోస్ డేస్ మనకి మ్యాప్స్ లేకుండే స్టార్స్ గైడ్ చేసేవి థింగ్స్ లైక్ దట్, రైట్? సో ఆల్ దట్ మేక్స్ an impact even for today's technology to grow.
Correct.
Yes.
And it also affects the day-to-day lives of a common man. So agriculture or navigation, so all those things, without our knowledge we are totally dependent on the space technologies. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So 15 years in space engineering, what makes you most proud about India's space journey? India has a journey of 63 years and today we're celebrating that. So what are you most proud of?
So I'm really proud that the Indian space research started with a very small church in Tumba, and today it has gone to exploring moon, Mars, sun, and soon humans would be in space as well from Indian soil. So as Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, the father of Indian space programs, said, we must be second to none in the applications of advanced technologies to the real problems of the man and society. Ante ayana vision entante technology whatever we are developing should not just be like at the top level to just show off to the other countries, but it should be useful to the common man ani.
Yes.
So that is very important start for India.
So all the space technology that is being developed now and man reaching the moon, how is it useful to a common man? అంటే మీకు నాకు ఎలా ఈ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఉపయోగపడుతుంది, మనం దీనికి ఎలా కాంట్రిబ్యూట్ చేయగలం అనేది కూడా తెలుసుకుందాం. యూఆర్ లిస్నింగ్ టు ఆకాశవాణి హైదరాబాద్ FM రెయిన్బో 101.9. మనతో ఉన్నారు సైంటిస్ట్ అండ్ గైడెన్స్ అండ్ నావిగేషన్ కంట్రోల్ ఇంజనీర్ నిఖిల్ మద్దూరి గారు. ఇంకో చాలా చాలా విషయాలు మాట్లాడాలి. Please don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. This is Akashvani Hyderabad FM Rainbow 101.9. रोशनी की तरफ ही देखकर हम बड़े हुए हैं एंड आकाश की तरफ देखकर हम बड़े हुए हैं, ये सोचकर कि क्या है इस आकाश में, क्या है, रॉकेट जा रहा है या सिर्फ तारा है या क्या तो भी है. मतलब ये क्यूरियोसिटी के साथ बचपन से बड़े हुए हैं एंड विद दैट क्यूरियोसिटी व्हेन वी लुक एट द न्यूज़, व्हेन वी हियर द सक्सेस ऑफ ISRO, success of our country, about all the space invading aspect or about satellites, about the launches of rockets. You know, back in those days the parts of rockets used to be taken to the lab on a bicycle is what I heard. And what an inspiring journey India has had, 63 years, and today it is indeed a privilege to talk about National Space Day, to celebrate National Space Day. And with me we have a scientist who breathes, who always thinks about, and you know, technology and everything is always on his mind. He is none other than Nikhil Maduri. In fact, we're having an amazing conversation off air as well, talking about what all his contributions have been and what all India's development has been. But I had a question. How a common man is affected, impacted, and how can a common man really help in all this development that India is taking up? So, Nikhil, welcome back again. Tell me how we as a common man have an impact with all this development that India is moving ahead with, and how can we contribute?
Definitely, all this terminology of rockets and satellites might seem out of reach for the common man, but unknowingly we use it every single day. So for India, each satellite that we launch into orbit is a giant leap for the society.
Amazing.
So basically direct to home service like TV broadcast is all made possible by the satellites.
And even the radio that you're talking right now, right?
Yes.
It's going through satellites only.
Yes.
That's amazing.
So, and cyclone predictions that save thousands of lives every year. So that also is due to the weather monitoring satellites. And these days, telemedicine is coming up as a big thing for the remote regions which do not have good access to the hospitals and the good doctors. They can now access this healthcare via video conference and video call, and then try to give some resolution for the health ailments. And also people are earning online degrees. So in the past we had to go to mortar and brick universities to get our degrees, but here there is no barrier. Age is no barrier.
Yes.
Even sitting at home, we can learn so many things
So
about
education
artificial
is
intelligence, reaching
lot of
every
people.
nook and corner.
Yes.
And also farmers get rainfall and soil data from satellites. And also, while I was coming to this office, I was using Google Maps. That is pretty much
Indeed.
dependent on GPS and Navic based constellations. So all made possible by the space technology.
Absolutely. So that is, even knowingly, unknowingly, we are taking the services of all these satellites, of how the scientists develop all this for us. And I think even during pandemic,
Yes.
there was a lot of contribution. So tell us more about how this technology has saved lives during
Yes.
pandemic.
Yes, during the COVID pandemic, we've lost lots of lakhs of lives around the world. But then the scale would have been much bigger if communication was not made possible by the satellites. We were all getting live updates, what are the measures we were supposed to take, and all that. So all that made possible by this sort of technologies. And also, after the pandemic, if you observe, a lot of private companies started giving work from home as a default mode of work style. So that has influenced our entire way of life.
Absolutely, yes.
So we work at leisure while taking care of our responsibilities at home, but at the same time, we also get back to work whenever it allows us.
So it gives us the leeway and to take care of the things at our place, and all this is happening because of technology, because of the satellites, which are making it easy for the mankind to go way forward. So tell us more about National Space Day. And India is booming with startups. Like we've been listening in our broadcasts at Akashwani about Vikasit Bharat, and our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has been talking about how the youth have been inspiring, and how the youth is coming forward to establish various startups and giving more opportunities to people and to curious students about space and all this. So tell us more about the startups and how they impact today's world of boom.
Absolutely. There are hundreds of space startups that are coming up in India. So every day you can see that, okay, one or two new space startups pop up.
Yes.
But then they're also making it their dreams a reality by raising some capital and proving that these are not mere dreams, but also they are practical solutions to our day-to-day needs. So that way the startups are playing a significant role. And also, of course, hand-holding is phenomenally being done by the current government. Okay. And with the establishment of InSpace program. So ISRO is hand-holding the private sector and also guiding it. So that is this is a really golden age for the space startups, I would say.
Absolutely, as you said, golden age for space startups. So the curiosity still remains for me, because right now a lot of students are listening to us. They listen to Akashwani, they learn, they gain more knowledge. And for all the students out there who are interested in building a career in space, so what advice do you give them, or how do you want to help them, or what route should they choose?
Yeah, so space sector ante ఏదో separate గా వేరే ఏదో కోర్స్ చేయాలి, చాలా స్పెషల్ కోర్స్ చేయాలి అనుకుంటారు చాలా మంది. సో స్పేస్ సెక్టర్లో వర్క్ చేయడానికి చాలా ఫీల్డ్స్ నుంచి రావచ్చు. Computer science, electrical engineering, electronics, mechanical, metallurgy, civil engineering, etc. And even you would not even imagine లా చదివిన వాళ్ళు కూడా స్పేస్ పాలసీ మీద వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు. మెడిసిన్ చదివిన వాళ్ళు స్పేస్ మెడిసిన్ మీద వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు. అండ్ సైకాలజిస్ట్ ఆల్సో హ్యావ్ ఎ స్కోప్ ఇన్ స్పేస్ టు స్టడీ ది ఎఫెక్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ లాంగ్ స్టే ఆఫ్ ఆస్ట్రోనాట్స్ ఇన్ స్పేస్.
మనం వింటూ ఉంటాం వాళ్ళు గ్రావిటీ కూడా లేకుండా దే స్టే ఇన్ ద స్పేస్, అండ్ వీ హ్యావ్ సో మెనీ పీపుల్ దట్ వీ సీ ఇన్ ద న్యూస్, అండ్ దెన్ I wonder what would they be thinking, because they have dedicated their life for the development of the country.
Yes. Yeah. To become an astronaut, it takes a lot of mettle, courage, and that perseverance to stay on to yourself without much interaction and yet carry out the scientific research in the orbit.
Absolutely. And we will talk more about how AI has been contributing in this development and how India is absolutely ahead in everything that it is pursuing in aspect of space. And also very curious, Nikhil Maduri Garu stayed at a point in the world where there is 6 months night and 6 months day. I mean, I really want to know more about that, but stay tuned, a very short break and we'll be right back. This is Akashwani Hyderabad FM Rainbow 101.9. Rainbow adds colors to your life. Welcome back. You're listening to Akashwani Hyderabad FM Rainbow 101.9. Well, I heard a quote or I read somewhere that when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. I think this goes to all the students who just don't want to give up, to study at the best institutes, to do their best and to bring all their experience back to their country and to contribute for the development of their country. And one of that inspiring student, I would say, who was a student and now is a scientist, but he says that he's always on the verge of learning. He's none other than Nikhil Maduri Garu, who is with us in the studio, and we here are celebrating together, all of us at Akashwani, we're celebrating National Space Day. So, Nikhil Garu, you told me that you went abroad to study and you told me about the experiences there, and you also said the very fascinating thing about 6 months of night and 6 months of day. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, I was staying in Kiruna when I was studying in Sweden, the Space Science and Technology course. Mm-hmm. It is called Space Master, and it was a very exciting stay there. So I was completely new to that place. Everywhere it is snow and everything is white, and it was for the first time I was staying there. And when I look out of the window, there is this spectacular display in the sky. The Aurora Borealis, or you call it Northern Lights.
Oh, yes.
So
it only comes during one season or one...
Yes. So it usually happens because of the solar particles entering the Earth's magnetic field and interacting with it.
Right.
So it's really interesting phenomena, and it's very rare. So only people who are above the Arctic Circle get to witness this sort of phenomena.
Wonderful. And you did experience that?
Yes.
So how was the experience of, you studied 15 years for this career and for this contribution of yours. So how was this experience being with all these students who are also, space enthusiasts? So how was the whole experience all about?
Yeah, it was a really great experience, and I had studied along with students from 15 different countries when I was there. And then I also made up my mind that I would take whatever is the best in the space technology abroad, but then I would come back to India.
Yes.
Because this is as I told, the golden period for space technology.
Right.
So I came back, and so many startups have shown a great way forward.
Yes.
And of course, the conventional or the traditional government agencies are doing the great job.
Yeah.
ISRO, DRDO, HAL. At the same time, they are also hand-holding the private startups.
Yes.
So Indian students currently who are enthusiastic about the space technology can take up any of these computer science or electronics, electrical engineering, or so many things that I had mentioned before.
Right.
They can take up those courses and opt for a career in private sector or government sector in India.
Right.
Yeah.
So, indeed, that's a very, very inspiring journey that you have portrayed. What is the one very, very peculiar aspect or something very exciting that really excited you about working on one particular project, or anything that you really put more focus on and you said, okay, this is something that I want to do more research on, something really, I can find something out of this as a scientist? So anything like that?
Yes, I'd been in this guidance, navigation and control and flight dynamics field for almost 15 years. And the more I learn about it, I come to know that there is even more to explore. So basically, one thing about space research or aerospace research is that there are minutest of details you have to pay attention to, and that also changes the way you view the entire life in general. So basically, you give attention to so many details, like you plan out, okay, if you introduce a new system into your particular navigation system, then how many ways it can affect the other subsystems like structures, propulsion, aerodynamics and all. So you have to consider all the factors. You have to convince all the other teams to take any small decision. So that is a way to collaborate with so many people, and that's what I have learned in my experience in aerospace industry.
Beautiful, beautiful. And throwing more light on technology and communication systems which are advancing rapidly, what is the role of satellites in our future? Like you have already discussed that a layman, how he is impacted in a positive way. But what is in it for our future? And as today we're celebrating National Space Day, it's the way forward is what we're talking about. So what's the role of satellites in our future?
So far we have been using internet and DTH communication and all such technologies. But in the future, the internet should get more affordable, and that is the direction in which we are moving forward for every common man. And better weather and crop planning for the farmers, that is going to significantly help all our primarily agriculture-based country. And navigation and logistics for transport as well. So even space technology is going to benefit this logistics part. And all these things are coming up in a big way. And so far, as Vikram Sarabhai told, that we have to make the technology useful for the society. So in the same direction, now we are moving ahead to even exploring the other worlds, like other planets, and we have sent a Mars mission, we have sent a lunar mission, and then in future maybe we could mine some minerals from the moon and then get back, and who knows, that might be
so exciting.
Useful for medicine.
Yes, indeed.
For curing diseases and
indeed.
such. Yeah.
So that's very, very inspiring. We will get to know more about these exciting things, and we're super excited celebrating National Space Day today. National Space Day 2025 at Akashvani. ఆకాశవాణి రెయిన్బో ఎఫ్ఎం వింటున్నారు. నేను జయశ్రీ, అండ్ ఈరోజు మనం ఇక్కడ సంబరాలు అనొచ్చు, సెలబ్రేషన్స్ అనొచ్చు, నేషనల్ స్పేస్ డే సెలబ్రేట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము. అండ్ చాలా చాలా సంతోషంగా ఇక్కడ నేను ఒక్కదాన్ని లేను, నాతో నిఖిల్ మద్దూరి గారు ఉన్నారు. చాలా ఎక్స్పీరియన్సెస్ గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం. అండ్ ఒక్క విషయం గుర్తుంది నిఖిల్ గారు, చిన్నప్పుడు ప్లానటేరియం తీసుకెళ్లేవాళ్ళు పేరెంట్స్ స్కూల్ నుంచి. అక్కడ స్టార్స్ చూసి, స్టార్స్ షేప్స్ చూసి, యారో, బో, టెడీ బేర్ ఇవన్నీ చూసి చాలా ఫ్యాసినేటింగ్గా ఉన్నింది. సో ఇలా మీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఏమన్నా ఉంటే యూ కెన్ షేర్ ఇట్ విత్ అస్.
ఎస్, డెఫినెట్లీ. నేను 5-year-old ఉన్నప్పుడు మై ఫాదర్ ఒక రష్యన్ బుక్ ఒకటి తీసుకొచ్చారు, టెలిస్కోప్ చెప్పిన కథలు అని. సో అందులో చాలా ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఆస్ట్రోనాట్స్వి పిక్చర్స్ అండ్ ఎక్స్ప్లోరింగ్ ద అదర్ వరల్డ్స్ అండ్ అదర్ ప్లానెట్స్, అవన్నీ పెయింటింగ్స్ రూపంలో ఉండేవి. దోస్ ఆర్ నాట్ రియలిస్టిక్ పిక్చర్స్, బట్ ఇట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ కిండిల్డ్ యువర్ ఇమాజినేషన్ అనమాట. సో ఆ పిక్స్ అన్ని చాలా చూస్తూ ఉండేవాడిని. తర్వాత రాకెట్స్, తర్వాత ల్యాండింగ్ ఆన్ అదర్ సర్ఫేసెస్ అండ్ ఆల్ దట్. సో దోస్ ఇమేజెస్ had a very strong impression on my mind. So ever since childhood I was thinking someday I should explore in this domain, basically space and aerospace related. Right. So tarvata, as a completing the circle, so when I had my first my daughter, so at her
what is
first
your
year,
my parent, my papa parent,
Chinmayi Krishnamurthy.
Beautiful.
Yes. So when she was 1 year old, for her first birthday, I had made an acrylic painting on a huge poster of one of those images from that book that I had got to lay hands on it
Right.
5 years when I was 5 years. Yeah.
బ్యూటిఫుల్. సో మీ డాటర్ కూడా ఇలాగే మీలాగా చాలా చాలా ఇన్స్పైరింగ్ జర్నీ ఒకటి ఇలా ఎన్నుకోవాలి ఇంటూ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఫీల్ షీ వాంట్స్ టు, ఆఫ్ కోర్స్, అండ్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇన్స్పైరింగ్. సో చిన్నప్పుడు మన పిల్లలకి మనము ఇచ్చే చిన్న గిఫ్ట్ ఒక బుక్ కానీ లేకపోతే ఒక చూపించిన ఒక సినిమా కానీ ఆర్ ట్రిప్ టు ద ప్లానటేరియం కానీ ఇలాంటివి ఎంతో ప్రభావితం చేస్తాయి. అండ్ దెన్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఫ్యూ ఇయర్స్ ప్రాబ్లీ దే విల్ బి సైంటిస్ట్ జస్ట్ లైక్ హౌ నిఖిల్ ఇస్ సిట్టింగ్ ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫ్ us రైట్ నౌ. సో నిఖిల్ గారు, మనము ఈరోజు రేపు జాబ్స్లో, ఆఫీస్లో ఈవెన్ ఒక చిన్న ఈమెయిల్ రాయాలన్నా ఏఐ హెల్ప్ తీసుకుంటున్నాం. అది మనం బేసిక్గా ఇట్స్ స్టార్టెడ్, ద బూమ్ స్టార్టెడ్ an year ago or something. So AI, how is it impacting the space technology?
Yeah, artificial intelligence has been impacting our entire way of life in a very big way.
Right.
So ఇప్పుడు స్పేస్కి కూడా దాన్ని ఉపయోగించబోతున్నారు. ఇప్పటి వరకు మనం శాటిలైట్స్ని ఆర్బిట్కి లాంచ్ చేయడం వరకే ఆలోచించాం యాజ్ అ హ్యూమన్ రేస్, నాట్ జస్ట్ ఇండియన్స్, ఆల్ ఓవర్ ది వరల్డ్. సో చాలా శాటిలైట్స్ మనం ఆర్బిట్స్లో పెట్టడం వల్ల నౌ దెర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ ఏజ్డ్ శాటిలైట్స్ ఆల్సో విచ్ ఆర్ ఆఫ్ no functionality, but they are still roaming around in those orbits anamata.
Right.
So now the current biggest challenge is like Swachh Bharat, we should think of Swachh Bharat in the orbit.
Wow,
basically.
Swachh Bharat in space.
In space.
बिल्कुल, बहुत खुशी होगी.
So,
अगर स्पेस, I mean, even मुझे भी लगता है कभी कभी हम जब सैटेलाइट्स भेजते हैं तो उनका जो काम असाइंड हुआ खत्म हो जाता है, उसके बाद वो वहीं रह जाते हैं ऐसी हवा में.
So artificial intelligence is playing a big role in developing the algorithms that think and which is unused satellite which can be brought home safely, or it can be pushed into the ocean and then it will just burn up. So this would be the major challenge in future. So space debris clearance ఒకటి, ఇంకొకటి మల్టిపుల్ శాటిలైట్స్ ఫంక్షనల్ గా ఉన్న శాటిలైట్స్ కూడా ఒకదాన్ని ఇంకొకటి కొలైడ్ కాకుండా కొలిషన్ అవాయిడెన్స్ అల్గోరిథమ్స్ కూడా డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నారు అక్రాస్ ది వరల్డ్. సో దీంట్లో కూడా ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్, మషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ అండ్ ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ బీయింగ్ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ అ బిగ్ వే.
కొలైడ్ అంటే స్పేస్ లో యాక్సిడెంట్స్ అన్నమాట.
ఎస్.
ఓకే, బ్యూటిఫుల్. సో ఎన్నో విషయాలు మాట్లాడుకుంటే అలా అలా టైం కొనసాగుతూనే ఉంటుంది. కానీ ఒక్కటి ఇంకోది చదివాను, స్పేస్ టూరిజం అంట. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం బస్సెస్, ట్రైన్స్, ఫ్లైట్స్ తీసుకుని ఎక్కడికన్నా విహారయాత్రకి వెళ్ళేలాగా స్పేస్ టూరిజం ఏంటి, అలాంటిదేనా?
Yes, definitely. Coming 10 to 15 years lo aithe you can think of Hyderabad students saying that ఈ సమ్మర్లో నేను జస్ట్ స్పేస్కి వెళ్ళేసి వచ్చాను అని. సో దాట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బికమ్ అ రియాలిటీ సూన్, స్పేస్ టూరిజం త్రూ దేశీ రాకెట్స్.
దేశీ రాకెట్స్?
ఎస్.
ఓకే.
So that is going to be true very soon, within 10 to 15 years. And even common man can buy a ticket and go to space, experience that and come back.
Wonderful. So I hope that will be the dream, as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir said, dream, 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 and that really manifests into thoughts and you achieve success. And I hope we all are dreaming for all those beautiful things to happen on this National Space Day. After a short break, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. This is an interesting conversation with Mr. Nikhil Maduri, who's a scientist and an aeronautical engineer, and right now giving out a lot of knowledge for us to learn, understand, and think about. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're listening to Akashwani Hyderabad, FM Rainbow 101.9. India is on fast track movement with the boom with space technology. So we have here with us aeronautical engineer and a scientist, Nikhil Maduri, and he's been in conversation with us. And Nikhil, I just wanted to ask you that what is the way forward, and what is the next program what is India's next space program?
So there are very exciting things lined up in future for India. So ఇప్పటివరకు మనం చూసింది, Indians have been launched to space through అవుట్ అదర్స్ లాంచ్ వెహికల్స్. సో ఇప్పుడు గగన్యాన్ మీద మన కంట్రీ వర్క్ చేస్తుంది, మన ఇండియన్ స్పేస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి అ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ మైల్ స్టోన్, అండ్ ఇట్ విల్ ఆల్సో ప్రూవ్ టు ద వరల్డ్ దట్ వీఆర్ ఆన్ పార్ విత్ ఎవ్రీ topmost country in the world. So and coming to Aditya L1, that is studying sun. So ippodvaraku manam more or less agriculture and weather satellites ilantivi vaati meeda manam focus chesam. So in future we are also going to explore through other missions like inka far deep space meeda research cheyadaniki. So these are the indicators that a country is developing really well ani. So oka minimal needs nunchi inka manam inka explorative ga మారడం, ఇంకా ఏముంది అని తెలుసుకునే దిశగా పయనించడం అనేది వెరీ గుడ్ చేంజ్. సో దట్ ఈస్ వే ఫార్వర్డ్ ఫర్ ఇండియా. అండ్ ఆల్సో రీసెంట్లీ లాస్ట్ మంత్లోనే నిసార్ అనే శాటిలైట్ వీ హ్యావ్ జాయిన్డ్ హ్యాండ్స్ విత్ నాసా, అండ్ అవర్ నాసా అండ్ ఇస్రో హ్యావ్ లాంచ్ టుగెదర్ దిస్ radar satellite. So this also proves that we are so much confident on the space technology that we have developed, and others are also accepting the fact that Absolutely. We have come a long way in this.
Yes. And asteroid missions in future and kuda mention chesaru. So asteroid missions ante
going and taking a sample out of the asteroids and getting it back and to study. యాక్చువల్గా మన ఎర్త్ మీద చాలా రేర్గా కొన్ని స్టోన్స్ అవి తగులుతూ ఉంటాయి. సో వాటిలో చాలా ఓల్డ్ ఏజెస్ నుంచి సమ్ క్రోర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇయర్స్ బ్యాక్ ఏం జరిగింది అనే దాని గురించి తెలుసుకోవడానికి ఉపయోగపడతాయి.
లిటరలీ ఆర్కియాలజీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఇన్ స్పేస్.
yes definitely yes,
excavations in space.
సో అవి చేసినప్పుడు మన పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ గురించి బాగా తెలుసుకున్నప్పుడు మన ఫ్యూచర్ గురించి ఇంకా చాలా హోప్ వస్తుంది. సో ఇంకా ఏం ఎక్స్ప్లోర్ చేయాలి అనే క్వశ్చన్స్ రైజ్ అవుతాయి. సో దిస్ ఆస్ట్రాయిడ్ మిషన్స్ ఆర్ ఆల్సో part of the ISRO's missions in the future.
We wish each individual and each organization which is really striving hard towards the development of country's technology and the technology development in the space as well. Nikhil, there's one question that I wanted to ask. So when you see this development and growth that India is putting forward, the way forward, what is that one happiest moment that you felt, that wow, this is like the best day that for the country, or this is the best thing that happened and you're like super proud of it and you can't ever forget that glee, the smile that you had?
I think it is today, this National Space Day. Okay. So Chandrayaan 3 launch చేసిన occasion లోనే మన ఇంటర్నేషనల్ దిస్ నేషనల్ స్పేస్ డే హ్యాస్ బీన్ ఫౌండెడ్. సో when we landed safely and successfully on the south pole of the moon, we were the first country to do so in the world. సో వేరే కంట్రీస్ ఆల్రెడీ వేరే రీజియన్స్లో ల్యాండ్ చేయడం జరిగింది, కానీ ఈ సౌత్ పోల్ అనేది రియలీ డిఫికల్ట్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ది మూన్ టు ల్యాండ్. వేరే వాళ్ళు ఎవరు కూడా సక్సెస్ఫుల్గా ల్యాండ్ చేయలేకపోయారు అనమాట. సో ఐఎమ్ రియలీ ప్రౌడ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ డే.
Wonderful, and thank you so much for being a part of this interview with us. It was not really an interview, but it was a conversation, a beautiful flow of conversation. But Nikhil Garu, you being a scientist, an aeronautical engineer who studied in India, who studied abroad among students from 15-20 countries, and then you have such an experience that you can impart to other students as well, and you're also helping a lot of students and guiding them in their career also. So ee roju mana Akashvani Hyderabad FM Rainbow 101.9 శ్రోతలకి మీరు ఇచ్చే advice or మీ message ఏంటి?
So I would start with one of my most favorite quotes by the late scientist Carl Sagan. We're all made of star stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So why should we not dream of stars? So ఇది మైండ్లో పెట్టుకొని ఇండియన్ స్టూడెంట్స్ హూ ఆర్ ఆల్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్, ఎంథ్యూజియాస్టిక్ అబౌట్ ద స్పేస్ సైన్స్. సో వాళ్ళకి ఇప్పుడు చాలా స్టార్టప్స్ వచ్చాయి, అండ్ యాజ్ ఐ టోల్డ్ సో మెనీ ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఫీల్డ్స్ అండ్ ఈవెన్ హ్యుమానిటీస్ ఫీల్డ్స్ నుంచి కూడా స్పేస్ సైన్స్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీలో కాంట్రిబ్యూట్ చేయడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. సో కాబట్టి అండ్ యాజ్ యూ నో, science ki no language, no border. Space is the best example of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So we're all one human race.
Right.
So we should explore the outside world for the benefit of Earth.
Absolutely.
So basically that is a way forward for all the curious youngsters out there.
రైట్. సో ఏదైనా బుక్ చదవాలి అని ఏదైనా స్టూడెంట్ అనుకుంటే ఒక స్టార్ట్ చేయడానికి స్పేస్ గురించి తెలుసుకోవడానికి స్టార్ట్ చేయడానికి డూ యూ సజెస్ట్ ఎనీ వెబ్సైట్ ఆర్ ఎనీ బుక్ రిటన్ బై ఎనీ సైంటిస్ట్ ఎనీథింగ్ లైక్ దాట్?
So, brief history of time, honey. That is written by the great scientist Stephen Hawking.
Yes.
So that is one book that I really loved it. Chinna book, yes.
Enta knowledge.
Yeah, and it's a condensed material as well.
Yes.
But then it kindles your mind to think about so many other aspects and explore more.
సో ఈ బిగ్ బ్యాంగ్ థియరీ నుంచి మొత్తం దాంట్లో చెప్పడం జరిగింది.
Yes, yes.
అండ్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ కాలంలో టైం ల్యాబ్స్ గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. దాని గురించి కూడా దానిలో కొంచెం ఉంది అని నేను చదివాను. సో ఇట్స్ రియల్లీ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ థింక్ ఎనీ అడ్వాన్స్డ్ లెవెల్లో ఏమన్నా చదవాలి, ఎనీ బుక్ దట్ యూ సజెస్ట్ ఆర్ ఎనీ వెబ్సైట్ దట్ యూ వుడ్ సజెస్ట్?
So I would say the websites by our space organizations like ISRO and NASA and all the big space agencies or even the private companies. These people are bringing out so many nice videos and educational content. So vaati gurinchi explore cheyochu youth.
All right. Nikhil, tell us one motivational quote that you tell yourself when you wake up and you have to do this and you have to achieve something in this field. Anything like that?
So I especially like this Elon Musk's quote. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. You do it no matter what, even if the odds are not in favor. Nikhil, thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful conversation at Akashvani Hyderabad FM Rainbow 101.9. I thank you for your presence today in celebration of National Space Day with us.
Thank you, Jayashree, and all the listeners. Thank you.